We are talking tonight about Instagram and how to increase your followers with a method that was basically developed by Gary Vaynerchuk. And if you don't know who he is, I'll talk a little bit about him in a minute. I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, this training is being recorded for everybody. You can go back and watch it as many times as you want. And for those of you that did not get online in time to join us tonight, don't worry about it. I make sure that all of the training in the Helping Hand is recorded. It's posted in the Facebook group, and I'm going to send a link out via email because not all of our participants in the Helping Hand have Facebook accounts. So I don't want to leave anybody behind. Tonight we're talking about a strategy that I came across about 3 weeks ago that I've implemented on Instagram, and I saw immediate results, and I wanted to make sure that I jumped on here and shared with all of you what I've learned and what I'm experiencing in hopes that you can implement the same strategy for your businesses, your coaching businesses, or whatever else you want to do. Tonight, we're going to talk about content. Putting content out there, which is a big topic right now. We're going to talk a little bit about the theory behind hashtags. However, that could be a whole training in itself. So I'm not going to get too entailed with the hashtags, but we are going to talk about them because they're uber important when it comes to Instagram. And then we're going to talk about picking hashtags for your genre. You're going to need to identify which ones, and I'll kind of talk about the theory and the strategy behind the way you'll want to do that. Then I'm going to talk about Gary Vaynerchuk's methodology. He calls it the $1.80 strategy, and I'll tell you all about why he calls it that and how you work it. I'm going to do a demo, and then we'll have some time for some Q&A. So let's get this party started. I took this off the internet. The reference is down at the bottom of the slide, but if you are doing a business and you're not active in social media, my 2 cents to you, my advice to you would be to start looking at social media platforms, whether it be LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or all of those things. You want to get engaged on those social media platforms. The reason why is that's the way business marketing is going. And you want to get on board that train. I've seen it in works, and I know it's happening for people all over. And so if you're not doing it, think about doing it. And my advice to you, if you're new to the social media market, pick one platform. Don't overwhelm yourself by trying to learn 5 different platforms. It'll be overwhelming and it'll be a non-starter. Pick one platform. Maybe it's LinkedIn, maybe it's Facebook. A lot of people are really familiar with Facebook, so their comfort level might be on Facebook. Instagram's relatively new for the older adults. I'll tell you, I'll share this with you. The younger generation has been flocking away from Facebook and moving to Instagram, and they've been doing it for a few years now. The reason why? Because mom and dad have ruined Facebook for them. We've taken over their social media platform and we've turned it into the puppy sharing, cat video, look at my grandchildren, and kids don't want anything to do with that because it's not about them. We've taken over, the older generations have taken over pretty much the Facebook platform, and you'll notice a mass migration away from Facebook onto Instagram. That's why I've chosen Instagram. I just recently moved over myself. I don't claim to be an expert. I'm simply sharing what I'm doing now, and I see it working, and it's amazing. I think I mentioned in my post on Facebook in the group that in just 3 weeks, I've gone from under 200 followers. I think I had about 165 or 70 followers that I had built over months. And in a period of 3 weeks, I'm approaching almost 500 followers. by following this $1.80 strategy. And it's crazy, but it's a very focused technique that I want to share with you. So anyway, this slide here is just talking about one of the mediums, one of the content drivers in 2019 is short video. I'm not saying you have to go out there and start doing videos at all. I'm just saying you want to start getting comfortable with using social media as a marketing platform for your businesses. Now, a lot of people don't like to do that because they feel like social media is bringing their personal business into their business. And nothing could be further from the truth. You can keep your two platforms completely separate and keep business and your social life private. What's taking over by storm, especially on LinkedIn right now, is short form video. These videos that are being popped up on LinkedIn are becoming so popular that LinkedIn is about to launch their own Go Live feature, just like Facebook has had for a few years now. You're actually, right now in LinkedIn, if you don't know, you actually have to record your video and then upload the video to LinkedIn. But they're coming out with a way where you can just go live straight from your LinkedIn app. So they're catching up with Facebook. So I wanted to share this statistic with you. This is 2019. Short form video is taking content by storm. And short form video is a video that's about 2 minutes or less. When it comes to Instagram will only show 60 seconds of a video before it makes you tap on watch more. So if you want people to see your entire video without clicking anything, make it less than a minute. Target 60 seconds. Okay, so I just wanted to share this statistic with you because this is just proof that social media is becoming the marketing platform, or is not becoming. It is the platform for marketing your business in this day and age. Here we go. This is the $1.80 strategy. Okay, Gary, ironically, on my screenshot of my phone, there's Gary Vaynerchuk sitting right there in a video, which is common. He's on almost every social media platform there is. So just real quick about Gary Vaynerchuk, love him or hate him, if you don't know who he is the CEO of Gary V Media, and he was in the wine industry, and that's how he got to be basically famous. But what he's known for now is motivational. Like, he's the no nonsense, just do it, stop waiting to get started, put stuff out there. It's never going to be perfect. Just get content put out online on social media. This guy, Gary Vaynerchuk, is everywhere, and he's been blowing up. He's got hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of followers, and he's extremely he's doing very well. He came up with this content strategy called the $1.80 strategy. The reason he calls it the $1.80 strategy is because you're going to be giving your 2 cents. Everybody's got something to say about something, and the saying is, let me give you my 2 cents, right? So that's where that comes from. So what you're going to do is you're going to be identifying 10 hashtags for your genre. And on those, each one of those 10 hashtags, you're going to pick the 9 top posts. So just quick math, 10 hashtags times 9 posts each are 90 comments that you'll be making. So 90 comments, given your 2 cents, is $1.80. And that's where he came up with the name, the $1.80 strategy. So you're going to spend time every day on social media, specifically Instagram, doing this process. So let me talk about that real quick. In my guide, I mentioned this. My advice to you is, if you are going to start using social media in any form or fashion for your business, one thing is once you start, don't stop. So make sure that you're ready to commit to that platform and you're going to be consistent in your messaging and your posting. Okay, so that's tip number one. Tip number two is carve time out every day to do your social media time. Many of us have been in the business world. We've either been employees or bosses for other people, or we've owned our own companies. But we all know that if we want to do something during the day, we have to schedule it or it doesn't get done, right? It's got to go on your calendar. You got to carve out time. So I'm suggesting to you that the same thing holds true with social media time. Whether that's on your lunch break, after dinner, first thing in the morning, block out some time on your schedule and make that your time for social media. I actually set my alarm and I wake up early and I dedicate my first hour of the day to Instagram, just doing this very $1.80 strategy. And that's all I do. Throughout the day, when I have time, say on a lunch break or in the evenings, maybe I'm watching TV and I just have time, I'll engage a little further on the platform. But first and foremost, this $1.80 strategy gets done first and foremost, first hour of my day, and then my day starts. So that's the theory behind the $1.80 strategy. Okay, so let's talk about hashtags real quick before we go through these screenshots. Hashtags. Hashtags are the best way I can describe them is they're the best way to draw attention to you. They are a connector to common thoughts, common phrases, common people. And so when you use a hashtag on your posts, people have a way of finding you, finding your content, and connecting with you through that hashtag. So as you can imagine, identifying the hashtags you want to use in your business is going to be extremely important. So in the guidebook that I'm going to post on Facebook for you guys to have, I talk about a little bit of a strategy on how you can identify which hashtags, but I'll give you an example of what I do. So my business is leadership development and coaching. So I coach leaders, new leaders. And I also focus on helping companies develop positive work cultures. That's my main focus. So my hashtags, one of them is company culture, hashtag company culture. Another one of my hashtags is hashtag leadership, hashtag mentor. Another one is hashtag values. Now you may have something, maybe you're, you want to use a hashtag for coaching, hashtag coach life, hashtag coach. If you type in those words, they will appear in Instagram and they'll tell you how popular those hashtags are. And those are the ones you'll want to use. So for example, if you picked, I want to use hashtag coach, you can type that in and I'll show you a demo. You can type that in and it'll show you how many people actually use that hashtag in their posts. You want to pick ones that have either over 500,000 or more. Even millions would be better. A lot of the hashtags I use are like 20 million, 50 million, 10 million. So those are really obviously popular hashtags. My recommendation is don't fear the hashtag. Come up with 10 hashtags that you think relate closely to your business and start with them. You can always change them. It doesn't matter. Don't get hung up on the hashtags. It's not that big of a deal. You can refine your hashtags later as you go. I don't want to spend a lot of time on hashtags here because I think what's more important is the strategy and building this into your daily routine. So now I'm going to teach you what you do each day that you come on to Instagram. Okay, so the first screen you're looking at is, this is when you open your Instagram app. I happen to use an iPhone. I assume it's similar, the view is similar on an Android device, but this is what you'll see. Okay, so your Instagram account will pop open, and this is what you'll be looking at. And so you'll open it, and the first thing you want to do in the morning is you want to click down on this little magnifying glass. That's your search icon. Now that, by clicking that, that's going to take you to another screen, and that's where you're going to start working in your search. Okay, so up here, when you click on that little magnifying glass, this is going to pop up, and you're going to see this search bar. See where it says click here and it's outlined in dotted red? Click on the search bar to reveal search options. What that means is when you click in the search bar up here that's outlined dotted red, underneath there you're going to see top, accounts, tags, and places. You want to get to tags. So then before you do anything, you're going to tap on tags. Okay, that's going to shift you over. Okay, so click on your magnifying glass to get into your search screen. Then when you get to your search screen, tap on the search bar to bring up this these search options. And the first thing before you type anything is you want to tap on tags, because what that's doing is you're about to search hashtags. That's what that means. So now we're ready. So on the left side, you'll see I've selected tags. Okay, so you've clicked there, and on the right side you'll see I've entered corporate culture for my hashtag. Okay, and look what happens. All these different hashtags will populate on your screen. Okay, and here's one this is the corporate culture one that I actually use. I'll show you in my real account when we do the demo where it shows you how many people are following it. What this is doing right now is it's telling me who else in my network is following it. So I follow a friend of mine who's also in the Helping Hand. She has, her business is called Getting to Yes Coaching. So this is telling me, hey, by the way, Getting to Yes Coaching also follows corporate culture. And here's another one. Corporate culture collaboration, it's Leader Swagger, another person that I'm friends with that I follow on Instagram. So it's just telling me that these people that I know that I'm connected to are also following that hashtag. That's all that's saying. You'll see below that, like Keiko Corp Culture, 1,009 posts. This is where you find the usage. Okay, there's only been 1,009 posts using that hashtag. It's not very popular. It's very specific, and you probably don't want to be using that one because it's not going to get you much exposure if you can follow that, right? Because only 1,009 posts have used it, so that's very low. Just to review. Once you get to your search screen and you've clicked on tags, so you're searching tags, then you type in the hashtag you would like to find in your search bar. Here, I've typed in corporate culture. And when you type that in, your screen will populate with all the hashtags that have those words involved with them. And then you can just look to decide which one you want to actually use. My recommendation is, in the beginning, pick the hashtag with the most usage. If you see one that says corporate culture wins, and that's got 50 million followers, and then it's followed by corporate culture with 1 million followers, pick the 50 million followers one first and use that. You can refine your hashtags later, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, okay? So now you're searching hashtags. You need to have 10 hashtags that you're going to use, and you're going to use the same hashtags every day. I have a list of 10 hashtags. Here's another hashtag I use, is hashtag mindset. Here's a great example. This hashtag has 14.6 million posts. You'll also see that underneath the 14.6 million posts, it says following. Until you follow the hashtag, it'll say follow. If that's the hashtag you want to use, I recommend you click follow and change it from follow to following. This will tell you I'm following the mindset hashtag. What that'll do for you is when you pull up your search for hashtags, all of the ones you're following or have recently used will pre-populate, and you can just tap right on those and you won't have to type them in every day. So let's look at some of the information I was talking about. Here's the usage, 14.6 million posts. It doesn't mean 14.6 million people have used it. It means 14.6 million posts have used the hashtag on the post. So one person could have posted 20 posts using hashtag mindset. So it's the number of posts, not the number of people. The follow button we've already talked about. I recommend if that's your top 10 hashtag, follow it. And you'll want to make sure, see here, you'll want to make sure you click on the top hashtags and not recent hashtags. There's two options here. So that's another thing. When you pull up your mindset, you need to click on top. Okay, what that does is it's going to give you the top posts for that hashtag, okay, by clicking on top. If you click on recent or you leave it on recent, that's just going to tell you some of the recent posts, and they may not be the most popular posts, and that's why you want to pick top. So when you pick top, you're going to get all of the posts in order of significance. So the very first one you're going to see down here, this attitude post, that's the highest grossing post for the day at that time under that hashtag. You're going to see a video here, and a lot of times the hashtags, when you open them and you're looking at the top post for the day, the feed will show a video of the day. You can skip that. That's not what you want to be working with. It just happens to show up in your feed that way. So just if a video's the first thing that pops up and then there's little boxes underneath the video, it's those little boxes that you're going to want to be working on. Okay, those are the top posts. You're going to use the top 9 posts for that hashtag, and you're going to do that 10 times for your 10 hashtags. So every time you pull up one of the 10 hashtags, you're going to comment on the top 9 posts under that hashtag. By the time you're done, you're going to have commented 90 times, and you've given your 2 cents. So that's $1.80. Okay. Okay. So this, I've scrolled down on my screen. This is what you're seeing now. So say I'm on my phone and I've scrolled up because I don't want to watch the video. I want to check out what these top 9 posts are. So you see these 9 boxes here. These are the top 9 posts for today. I just pulled this today. So typically, I've already said this, a video will appear. You can scroll past that. These 9 boxes here are what you're going to be dealing with. So the cool thing is, once you click on the first one and go to the comment screen below it, you can just keep scrolling because these 9 posts are going to appear one after the other, right in a row. So you don't have to keep going back to this screen to keep clicking on the next box. Once you click on that first box, say this black box here with attitude, this quote, once you click on that and it pulls up that post and you're able to make comments, you can actually keep scrolling, and the next picture you'll get to is this one here of this girl standing on the dock. The next one after her will be this graphic of Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu. And you get the idea, right? It'll be followed by the 4th one, the 5th one. They'll all appear just like this. So you don't have to keep going back to a box, click on the box. You can just keep scrolling up and make your comment. I spend maybe 60 minutes to make all 90 posts. And we're going to talk a little bit about the comments we make when we get there. So find your hashtag, find 10 of them that relate to your genre. When I say genre, you can replace genre with your coaching niche. Okay. Say my niche was working with new managers, so young leaders, right? Maybe you want to use the hashtag young leader or new boss. If you're not sure about which hashtags to use, find one that you know for sure you're going to use. Like for me, I work with corporate culture, right? I'm trying to change the way organizations implement positive work cultures. So that's one I'm definitely going to use. So when I click on this, okay, let's just say I'm searching right now on hashtag corporate culture instead of mindset. Say I click on this attitude box here, you're going to see all the hashtags that this person used for corporate culture. There's a great way to find out the top grossing posts for that hashtag. What other hashtags are they using? Pick those up and search them. See how they're doing, see how they're performing. If they're good and they really resonate with your genre, there's a hashtag for you to use. And you can just simply type that hashtag into the search bar and it'll pull up the stats that we were looking at earlier. How many followers are using it? How many times has it been posted? You can check those out. So you can look at what others are using in case you just can't create your own hashtags. The very last thing, once you get through your 10 hashtags and your 9 comments, don't forget to make your own post on Instagram. Post your own stuff, right? Don't get wrapped up in supporting everybody else and forget that you need to put your own content out there, right? So make sure you're posting your own content. Here's an example. On the left, here's a post that I posted actually several months ago before I implemented this strategy. And as you can see, I had 8 people, one of which was my sister-in-law. She liked it, right? And then you see over here on the other side, after the strategy, now all of a sudden, this one I just posted maybe a week and a half ago, maybe a week ago. Now all of a sudden I'm going from 8 likes to 20 likes, right? So the number's starting to increase. But that's part of the puzzle, right? That's part of what we want to see happening is we want to see some interaction with our own posts start to increase as well. And you will. But the main thing is you want to collect followers organically. And when I say organically, if you spend any time on Instagram, you'll know that there's people out there that you can pay to buy followers. If you ever see that, I don't recommend that you do it. It works, but you won't keep them for very long and it'll be a waste of money because one, the people won't know you. They're not following you for your content and you're going to lose those followers. So you're going to see this crazy growth. You're going to go from like 20 followers to 1,000 followers overnight, but it's going to dwindle back down and you're never going to keep those followers because they're not following you because of your content. They're following you because they've been basically pulled in to follow you and then they'll drop off. They'll be like, oh, wait, I don't even like this content. I'm not even into positive work cultures or whatever, right? So they'll leave. This is also a great graphic here. If you look at the post on the right side, this positive impact of work culture, you'll notice not only did my likes increase after the strategy, but you'll see here when I post my graphic, I always make a comment. So my comment here was alignment with core values and a better workplace will help increase employee retention. Just make a statement. And then what I didn't do that you could do to prompt engagement is just simply put agree ? That prompts people to give their 2 cents back to you. They're like, oh, I don't agree or I do agree or no comment. They just love your stuff and they'll post, I love your, well, you see. So, but you'll also notice here's my hashtags that I used with my post: values, work together, company culture, growth, mindset, leadership, mentor, retention. And I always use hashtag ROAR because it's my signature hashtag. My company's called Lion Enterprise, and my Instagram name is Leadership Lion. So I always end my posts on other people's thing with hashtag roar, and I have the little lion emoji next to it. So I'm leaving my footprint. People are going to know me. They're going to be like, oh, there's that Leadership Lion guy, right? Because they're going to see that little lion and the hashtag roar. You can do the same thing. Come up with your own emoji and a little hashtag. Now, the hashtag roar probably doesn't get a lot of usage. It's probably not like used by millions of people. But in this particular case, I'm using it as an effective method to be known. Like it's something different that not everybody's doing. And it's almost like my signature. After you're done commenting on 9 top posts for each of the 10 hashtags, don't forget to make your own post for the day. You'll get to the point where when you're making your comments, you'll start getting messages from Instagram saying, hey, so-and-so just liked your comment. So-and-so just replied to your comment. I mean, you won't even be done and people will be reacting to your stuff already. Tips and tricks. I wrote down my hashtags. As you see, I have a note-taking app on my phone. Most people do. This Notes app here happens to be organic to Apple, so I use it. But I wrote down my hashtags. There's actually 11 here because sometimes I don't feel like using one depending on my posts or my mood. So I have some extra in here, but I kind of use this as my my sanity check to make sure, you know, oh, I just did this one. Now I'm on this one. Now I got to do this one. And I just go through to make sure I've gotten my 10 done. So if you double tap on the home button on your iPhone, and I'm not sure how Droid works, but if you double tap this, it gives you this view of where your apps are minimized. And you can see my Instagram and my notes are side by side. So I can just double tap that, shrink my apps. I can look at my list and then tap it once again, and my Instagram comes back up. And then I'm on my way to typing in my next hashtag to find the top 9 posts. I'm going to recap real quick. The first thing you do before you even get started is try and develop 10 hashtags that relate closely to your genre. I gave you some examples that I use. Once you've developed the 10, you're ready to go. Open your Instagram, type in your first, go to your search bar, make sure you're on top posts, and make sure you're looking under hashtags. That's the tag button under the search. And then type in your first one. Mine would be company culture. Once you type that in, you're going to see the top 9 posts of the day. Tap on the first box, make your comment, and scroll through until you've done that 9 times, and then go to the next hashtag and do it again. Do that for 10 hashtags. Now, before I wrap up this and just kind of do a little demo on my own Instagram account, I just want to say this. You'll see a lot of people just give emojis in their comments, like thumbs up, heart. There's no thought behind the comment. And that is not the way to go. When you're making a comment on these top 9 posts, think into them. Look at the picture that the person posted. Look at the caption that they've written underneath it. And then come up with a quick response that's thoughtful. But you want to avoid just like saying, great post, or putting a heart emoji or a smiley face or a thumbs up. That's not thoughtful, and it's not creating good content. When you're commenting, don't do it quickly and then move on to the next one. Give it a little thought. It doesn't have to be long, but if you're working within hashtags within your genre, I'm telling you, these posts are going to prompt thought. And you're going to find that you actually do have stuff to say. You're going to want to contribute. And it is okay to say, I love your feed. One of the things I've been doing lately is when I come across one of the top 9 that really resonates, I say, this one gets quote, post of the day. And then I put the 3 little trophies So I award it. It's my own award system. It's like getting an Emmy, right? So they get this, post of the day. And on Fridays, if I really get one that really resonates, I say, man, this really resonated with me. I'm going to have to give this post of the week. Somebody once made some comments about leadership and some of the traits of a good leader. And in my opinion, there were a few traits that were missing. So I said, that's a great list. And I would also add this and this. So there's a positive spin. You're not blowing their post out of the water by saying, yeah, that list is terrible because you forgot these two things, right? Try and find a positive response somehow and move on. And then the last thing when I say be thoughtful is be careful, especially guys. Right? Because as you saw, let me back up. I'm going to go, let me see if I can back up here. This is just a great example. So look at this. I've got a hashtag mindset, right? But look at some of the pictures that are popping up in the top 9 posts on your mindset. Let's take this girl right here, right? And you're probably thinking, I'm not really sure what this has to do with mindset. But she used that hashtag and it's the 6th most popular post on that hashtag. So there's something there. But for a guy, if I was to post on there, I could really come across as a creeper, right? I mean, even if it was innocent saying, hey, looking good, you might not want to say things like that, right? So when I say be thoughtful, that needs to be taken into account as well. So in this particular case, I would still comment because this is a top post, right? Even though I don't think it has anything to do with mindset. But I'm going to click on her photo, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, congratulations on working so hard. Keep up the hard work. Something positive. And then I'm going to be like, mindset changes everything. So stick to the subject. Don't get sucked into the pictures because I'm sure she's going to get some really crazy fools that are going to comment nothing about mindset, right? They're going to comment on her picture. When I say be thoughtful about your post, think into how am I going to say something positive about this and not come across too strange or whatever, right? Do you all see that? The follow me. Okay, so this is the free guide that I put together that you can read through. That's gonna regurgitate exactly what I talked about tonight. It's a great way to go back and kind of digest what we ran through. Here's the 7 on page 4. Here's the 7 steps, right? And this is just here. This page 6. It shows you here. Comment on these top 9, right? And it just talks, here's a section on being thoughtful. Don't use emojis in your, give some good content to them. So I'm going to post a link in Facebook probably tomorrow. I won't be able to do it tonight because I've got a coaching session after this. But we will get it posted just so you have access to it, okay? You should see this picture of a lady with Daryl from The Office. If you guys, right? Are you seeing that? Okay, so this is my Instagram account. This is just telling me, look, started following you, liked your photo, started following you. You're going to notice that all of a sudden you're going to start getting these things. So-and-so started following you. So-and-so started following you. You're just going to see your followership. These are going to keep coming and coming and coming. It's going to be nuts. And so this is what's happening right now. Here's proof that this is just, 10 minutes ago, look, started following you 2 hours ago, 56 minutes ago, somebody else started following me again. So you're going to constantly get that. What I will say is see this button here that says follow. Do not feel inclined to follow everybody back. Okay. Only follow people back if you feel like their content and what they're putting out there aligns with you. You don't want to be following more people than are following you. That's the general rule with Instagram, okay? If you're following 500 people, but you only have 200 people following you, you want to hold off on following other people for a while till your followers catch up. Okay. Let that number of followers get higher and higher. So don't feel obligated just because they followed you to follow them back. This blue button here is like that porch light for the moths at night, right? You want to fly right to it and click on it. Don't do it. Okay. Unless you click on their profile and they have content that you enjoy and you want to follow them, then do it. But don't click on follow for everybody that follows you. You don't have to do it. Don't feel obligated. Here's all the pictures, and these are all my posts, okay? You're going to notice that not only do I have detailed content about positive work cultures and leadership and growth, but I also have some personal stuff in here. Here, my wife and I were just out of town at a place over on the east coast of Italy, and I'm keto. I follow a keto way of eating, and I take a picture of this breakfast table because the whole thing's carbs. And we don't eat carbs, right? So I made a post. Every now and then, people want to see a person. Don't bombard them strictly with business stuff. So on your business accounts, every now and then, post a picture of yourself doing something fun. Show them you're human. Be outside. Be on vacation. Something outside of the, always just posting business, business, business. Here's another one. This is a view from our walk. We hiked from one city to the other, about 5 miles, and it's along the sea, the trail. So I posted on it. I got 40 people liked it, and some people commented on it. But then all my other posts before that, there's a lot of business stuff here about company cultures and how you build them and what it takes, right? And then I've got some more personal stuff intertwined in here. This is mine. And you can see my followers are catching up to my following. I've stopped following people for a while this catches up. And this tells how many posts I've made since I started Instagram. So that's why it's also important to keep adding content. You want this number to keep building, and that's why you want to post daily, at least once a day, if not twice. Some people say once in the morning and once in the evening. I don't know. Whatever works for you. For me, that's a lot. I want to just search a hashtag real quick. Let's do motivation. Okay, Motivation Mondays. Look, motivational quotes has 16 million posts. If it's a motivational quote, if that's what I like, if that's what I'm doing, then this would be a good hashtag. It's got a lot of things and it deals with my genre. As you scroll down, you can kind of see if there's nothing there, if it doesn't have how many posts, is probably not very well used. So just do a search on the word that you're thinking about doing for your hashtag and check out the number of posts. And if it's in the high hundreds of thousands or millions, that's a good one to use. We could probably do a little more about hashtags. That's probably another training all in itself, but I wanted to make this more about the $1.80 strategy. The $1.80 strategy is every day, go on there, type in your 10 hashtags. On every hashtag, find the top 9 posts and comment on each of the 9 posts until you've commented 90 times. 9 posts times 10 hashtags. Then make your post for the day and you're finished. So who's got a question that I can attempt to answer for you?
So Greg, it's Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff. What's up?
So I'm looking at your content and such, and so do you decidedly you look at it each day and just say, hey, look, I'm going to populate this with a lot of my own personal content, or do you look for a mix? Is there a percentage there, or is it just how it flows to you on any given day?
Yeah, it really is.
I'm wondering how that mix should be.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody's come up with a percentage of what it should be, but it really is, like you said, it's what I feel. Like this weekend, I'm not doing a lot of business posting, and we were on vacation. So I felt like there was good opportunities to just show a little of my personal side with people. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to be back at it, and all week, you're just going to see corporate culture and leadership and growth, personal growth stuff on my feed all week.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anybody else have a question that they're just thinking about Instagram or, social media in general, really? Okay, I'm going to post the document in Facebook tomorrow, so you can go back in there and read through it. If any questions come up while you're trying this strategy, email me or message me in Facebook, and I will get right back to you, and we'll figure it out together, okay? All right, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. I appreciate you hopping on with me and learning about Instagram. This recording is going to be posted probably in another day or two, so you'll have access to it, and you can rewatch it if you didn't catch on to something. Thanks, everybody.
I just want to say thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. It's my pleasure. I'm glad I could add.
This was very, very helpful.
It's awesome. I'm glad. All right, you guys. Happy coaching, everybody.